For this Technique Tuesday, I have a question I want you to think about. If somebody made a movie about your life, would it be worth watching? If somebody made a movie about your life, and I don't mean like following every day, obviously that'd be kind of boring because not every detail of our lives is amazing. But if somebody were to pick some of the best stories out of your life and make a movie about them, would it be worth watching? Like, would people want to show up and watch a movie about the best stories and the best memories of your life? Would they want to watch how your biggest heartbreaks and biggest pains are resolved? I asked this question because my foster sister just asked me, hey, what's a good book I can read? And I said, you should read a book called A Million Miles in a Thousand Years by Donald Miller. The book is based off of this thing that happened to him because he had written a first book about his life, and then people came to him and said, hey, we want to make a movie about your first book, about your life, but your life is a little bit too boring, so we're going to change some things about your life. One of the things they gave as an example was like your dad. You know, you didn't have a dad growing up, and you talk about all the pain you experienced from that, but then you don't ever do anything with the pain. So in the movie, we're gonna have you meet your dad again, and that's gonna be a big drama moment and a big moment for your life. And he was like, oh my goodness, maybe I should do that in my own life. And so he actually went on a search to find his dad that he hadn't met since he was a kid. And basically, that is one example, but many other areas of his life, he just started doing these things that would actually make his life worth living and actually make his life worth watching in a movie. And it all came from him having to realize like, oh, my life wouldn't be great in a movie because I haven't resolved these pains. I haven't healed through these things. I haven't been living an adventure. I've just been living to get by. And when I read that book, I realized that I had been living my life just to plan out the next 5 years of my life, which isn't all bad, but it's all I was doing. There should be a balance between planning and enjoying your life. But I was thinking, oh, how am I gonna get a job in 5 years? How am I gonna get married in 5 years? How am I gonna have enough to buy a house and do this and then start investing here? I was so full of planning ahead that I never just enjoyed the people I was with. And after reading that book, my life really changed a lot because I kept planning, but I also just started enjoying the friends and family that God has put in my life that are amazing. And I started thinking to myself, what's something I can do with these people that will create a great story that we're gonna tell our grandkids in the future? Like, what's a story that I'm gonna keep in my mind and reminisce on for the rest of my life? Because when you're at the end of your life, what's gonna matter most isn't, how much money you made or, just how many cars you have. It's gonna be like, hey, can you sit around with your family and people you've loved well? And are you all gonna love each other? And are you gonna be able to share stories and memories that you've made with each other? And so that really hit me hard. And I wanted to have those stories and memories that I share at the end of my life. And so what I wanna encourage you to do is just think through, is your life a movie that would be worth watching? Like, have you lived stories that are worth telling? And if not, I encourage you to do that. If you've only been thinking about like, oh, where am I gonna go to college? What am I gonna do here? That's good. Think about those things, but also enjoy life. Enjoy your last year at home, living at home before you go off to college. Enjoy these friends that you might never really see again. I know some people say like, well, why should I spend time with them if I'm not gonna see them again? Because the memories you create with them are gonna last forever, and that friendship bond you get doesn't just disappear if you don't see each other. So build those memories, build those friendships, hang out with people, create adventures. And I want you to think about this question: what can I do today that will be a story I tell 50 years from now? What can you do today that will be a story you're still excited to tell 50 years from now? I want you to think about that and then go do it so that your life becomes like a movie that's worth watching. I love you all. I'll see you soon.